Hey y'all, welcome to season 2 of Talk Dirty Dancing to Me, where I, Madeline Kaluz, sit down with my best friend Katie Bowman and we talk about your mom's favorite TV show, Dancing with the Stars. I hope you enjoy it. Hello everybody. Tonight is a really special episode because while Katie couldn't make it and I missed her, I got to bring on Talk Dirty Dancing to Me's number one fan, Sarah Malouf. Sarah and I became great friends through her wellness coaching platform, and we kind of just met by chance, and it turned out that we had a ton of mutual friends, and then I told Sarah, you should probably watch Dancing with the Stars in 2020, an interesting year for her to start, but needless to say, she did, and she loved it. And now she's here, a super fan, ready to dive right in and talk all things Dancing with the Stars with us. I can't wait for y'all to meet her, and I can't wait to have Sarah on. I hear you now.
I hear you too. Good.
Okay, good. I knew it was gonna, you know what it was?
What?
I don't think my headphones were plugged in all the way.
You're struggling tonight.
I'm dead serious. It has been a serious struggle.
It's 10:30 your time? You always do it this late?
I always do it this late, and then I'm always uploading this podcast at midnight. It's hilarious.
Gosh. Let me know if I can help you. I kind of feel bad.
Oh,
but it's so worth it because it's like the highlight of my Tuesday mornings is walking Let's Go first thing in the morning and listening to your podcast.
I know, because the show's fresh in the mind, you know? So it's like you've got to listen to it right away, especially if you haven't caught up on the show yet. But
and this was my first time taking notes like an efficient student, literally being so honed in on my craft here. I'm so prepared with my notes, and as prepared as I get with my professional dance opinions. But
you're going to be so great. I'm so excited. So Katie could not be on the podcast tonight, and Sarah Malouf is our guest host, our guest star of the night, if you will. And Sarah listens every single week. She live texts updates throughout the show to me and Katie in a group text. She also live texts us updates as she listens to the podcast, gives us so much to go off of. We learn so much more and think about things more. I don't know. I just love having your perspective, and I'm just so glad that you're on here and you have a podcast of your own. So if you want to tell the people about it, I know we'll talk about it some more at the end, but just kind of introduce yourself. Tell everybody why you wanted to be a guest host this week.
Well, I'm literally the number one fan. Like I'm like the crazy Directioner fan. If you watch the One Direction movies where they're like throwing themselves on the boys on stage with like their shirts that have like I love you or Mrs. Harry Styles or something, like that's me with the show because y'all crack me up. Katie, big shoes to fill. Sorry you're not here, but I'm thrilled to be joining you, Madeline. Thank you for having me. Didn't watch the show literally at all until last year. I mean, it was COVID and we had nothing to do, and I was very open to suggestions. Madeline suggested that I should watch Dancing with the Stars, and I went just all in. I loved it so much last year. I loved listening to the podcast to go along with each episode or with each show. And now I'm totally in it again this season and having so much fun keeping up. So I am thrilled to be here. And yes, I do have a show. It's called Wellbeing Well Said. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, or any other major streaming service.
Yes. And that is actually how me and Sarah became friends in the first place, was through your platform.
Yeah. And Madeline has been a guest not once, but twice. And we'll have to link those in the show notes because I can't remember off the top of my head what episode numbers they are, but they're good. And we're going to have to get together and do another episode of Mad Libs, as we call it, here again soon.
I know, we really will. And I do miss Katie. I'm so glad to have you here, but I miss Katie too so much.
Always,
she's the best.
Yeah.
She's so busy this week, and work is just crazy, I think, for everyone right now. And I just know she's missing everyone too, but she'll be back next week. But anyway, all right, Sarah. So you just started watching last year. So you've never seen anyone host the show but Tyra. So I kind of want to get your perspective being a new watcher and a new listener, and what you think about Tyra and her hosting duties and her hosting job.
Terrible. And I'm not saying this. She was a fantastic model. She's a beautiful woman. I'm sure she's very kind. She seems really sweet. Just like her presence really, I feel like she means well, but her execution is so bad. Like, I feel like you or I could just pick up these Amazon mics that I'm recording with right now and go up there and do a better job. I mean, she just says really awkward commentary. She makes these unnecessary comments. And like tonight, her outfits, like, I know y'all always say this, like, who is doing her wrong in the costume department? But tonight,
Right.
her first, I know we're kind of jumping ahead, but the first outfit, her first outfit tonight, like, was I supposed to get that outfit reference? Was I supposed to understand that as a Freddie Mercury look? Because I, it it looks like a Halloween costume to me, but not in the Queen kind of way. I was confused.
Right. And I know that Freddie Mercury was definitely, he was either shirtless or in like a crazy blazer jacket with no shirt underneath it. And so I don't know. I mean, I feel like Tyra's outfits are always so offbeat.
Mhm.
Like they're just not, and it's like the ones that are good are just still almost good, you know?
Mhm.
And also you were a fashion major, so you get it. Like you get fashion, you understand fashion, and like Tyra does too. And that's why it's always so interesting to me to see her kind of come out in these really just bizarre outfits. I mean, I think the second outfit was more Queen with like the metallic, I don't even know, accoutrements, whatever you call it, like accessories. Like that was better, but I
Madeline,
still,
the second outfit looked like she borrowed it from NASA, straight up. Like she was in, like she was about to board, like, I don't know what a recent spaceship name is, but that's what she was about to do, go to the moon. And it was not, she's so beautiful. I mean, it has nothing. I
yes.
know she's like a little bit bigger girl, but there are so many ways to play up her curves and be sexy and pretty, and they're just missing the mark over and over. And she's such a gorgeous canvas. I'm like, how is this
Yeah.
possible to be this bad when you're so beautiful? Like, I don't know. And it's just looks aside, like I said, we'll get into it with especially her comments about Suni tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely killed me, put me over the edge. So when we get there, we'll dive into that more. But sometimes she just says stuff that makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I also want to put on the record that Sarah agreed with me that last week Tyra's Carrie costume was better than her mummy costume. So Katie, I you stand corrected, Katie. Katie can't be
Mhm.
here to defend herself. So
I mean, there was
that's
only there, you could only go up, really. So
that's so true. Okay, well, we made it through Tyra. Do you want to kind of just go right in and talk about it? How me and Kate, I mean, what me and Katie do every week is we just go in order of the dances, tell the dances, and talk about our feelings and then the scores. So,
I'm so ready.
all
I'm so
right.
ready.
So you're ready. You've got your notes and you're ready to go.
Hmm.
Okay. First up, we had Amanda and Alan. They had a jive to Don't Stop Me Now. So, what they did tonight too was talk more about her being a fitness instructor, which, I mean, we already know she's super fit, super in shape. I didn't know she had the fitness instructing thing on the
Mm-mm.
side,
Me neither.
but anyway, I thought it was an interesting touch. So her dance overall, I thought it was really slow at some points, and I
Mhm.
thought it was a hard dance to jive to because of like the kind of lags in the song. I loved it though when they danced side by side, and I will say I was just a little bit bored. It was still good, not her best dance, and I was
Mhm.
so kind of surprised. I was like, why is Bruno so lit over this dance? Of all dances, he was
Mhm.
just like so excited. But anyway, I want your thoughts.
Okay, well, first things first, Alan was Freddie Mercury tonight. Like,
I know.
he got that mustache and just transformed. I mean, I died when I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh, he was made for this role. That was perfect. That was honestly the best part to me because, yeah, I felt like she was slightly off tempo. Like, they weren't on beat as well as normal. Like, they were just missing something with the steps. And then I just feel like she's over it. I mean, that might sound weird. I think she's tired. I think she's ready to be just at home with her baby. She's got a lot going on with this, the fitness app, the show, her
Yep.
hosting gig and all that. Like, she's not as full out as when she started the season. I think she's, most people on the show have gotten better and better every week. And I just feel like she's going in the opposite direction because I just think she's burnt out.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that too. Okay, here's a couple things. Do you think that her and Alan's chemistry seems off too?
Yes,
Like
100%.
I feel like they had such great like they were such great buds at the beginning and had such great chemistry, and now it just kind of seems like you said, like burnout slash I think Amanda is starting to realize like I don't have this in the bag. They're being extra hard on me. And I do agree. Like I thought her dance was really good tonight and I could tell that they were just being super harsh on her.
Mhm.
And I don't obviously we don't know everything that they're saying behind closed doors, but then I'm like Alan is really giving her the kitchen sink, like literally throwing the kitchen sink of choreography at these judges every week. But then he got in trouble tonight for adding a lift in the jive, which he wasn't supposed to do. So I just kind of feel like their vibe was super off.
Yeah, almost like she seems annoyed by him a little bit. And whenever they called him out for that lift, his face looks like he legit didn't know that that wasn't allowed for this kind of dance or something. Like he looked so shocked when they said it, when they said specifically, and that's not allowed in this dance. He was like, "What?" Like
Was
I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird thing for sure.
Yeah, they're both feeling the nitpickiness, I think, of the judges. But I also agree with you. He looked so good with that mustache on. And
I loved it.
it was honestly about time because he has been given the dirty by production lately. And so it was his time.
When I lay on my head on my pillow at night, I still get nightmares thinking about him as Tarzan.
As the brunette Drake Bell or whatever. Who else did we think he looked like? Because the week before he looked like Drake Bell, and then he just looked horrible. My
Oh
God,
my gosh, yeah,
poor
but he
guy.
was he was perfectly in character. Yeah, I mean, of course she's talented, she's beautiful. It's never going to be bad, but I just wasn't super impressed. Like I said, I felt like they were slightly off tempo and that she's just burnt out on. She's kind of over it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, their scores. So they got an 8 from Carrie Ann, an 8 from Lynn, an 8 from Derek, and a 9 from Bruno. So a total of 33 points.
Yeah, that seemed fair.
Yeah, I thought so too. Okay. Next up, OJ and Val had a quick step to Fat Bottom Girls. And I have a few notes, but the first thing I see is striped pants.
Um, Giving me major Christina Aguilera dirty vibes. Like
Oh, what a good
major.
comparison.
Also ironic song selection for this pair.
Very, very ironic, like very flirty, but
Uh-huh.
still, I thought the dance, while it's a flirty track, it was again a little bit more playful. She was very like kind of giddy, jumpy around. It was very, very good. Her dances are just good every week. And I
Mhm.
loved, loved, loved the ending to this dance whenever he kind of tossed her down and
Mhm.
she's slid on the ground. I always love those. But I did not think it was amazing by any means. I didn't think it was her best dance, and I know we'll get to the scores later, but I was honestly kind of shook by the scores.
My notes literally say her scores were bizarre. I would have guessed straight nines.
Yeah,
That's what I wrote down.
and
So,
and I think it was weird too because of course in her package she mentions I've never gotten any tens and where are my tens, and then of course she gets 3 tens, but Lynn wasn't seeing past any of it and he gave her ass an 8. So I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, I don't know. She's so beautiful and she really is good. I mean, you said that about the song and the chemistry. And they even made that note. Like, I think that your body should have been closer together in certain points. I just think they're a little nervous to have the chemistry that they have because of the scandals of the
I do
past few
too.
weeks. I really think they're holding back there. And I understand. But she is beautiful and she's a great dancer, especially knowing that she doesn't have the background that some of these contestants do. It's so funny though. My husband cannot watch the show without making a comment about how freaked out by the fact that she and Aunt Becky literally have the same face. Like they look identical to each other. It's freakish, but yeah,
Yeah,
I don't mind. I like Olivia Jade. I know people have their issues with her, but I like her and I like Val, and I think they're doing a good job.
I do too. They're another one I was really surprised that I liked. And so
Mhm.
um Olivia and Val were on a podcast they were on like a web interview and it wasn't like a major it
Her
wasn't like a
podcast.
I haven't listened to her podcast. Is it good?
Oh no, I haven't either. But she interviewed him this week. But I know what you're talking about. That like after buzz thing.
Yeah, so they were on a podcast where she was being questioned about the scandal in the TikTok, and
Uh-huh.
she basically just made the comparison that if my dad got upset every time that my mom was kissing, John Stamos, that it's acting. And she was like, "We're out here dancing, and dancing is acting, and people think that we have this weird relationship when we're really just friends." And I don't know. It's just their Instagram captions are a little weird about my best friend for life and all this stuff. And I know that
Love you.
yeah, I know these pros get close. They really do. Like I know that they become friends for life after this show, but Olivia Jade and Val, it was evident that the chemistry was super there, and now it's evident that they're trying to make sure it's super not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, her scores were a 10 from Carrie Ann, an 8 from Lynn, 10 from Derek, 10 from Bruno. Very weird. Like you, I thought it deserved all nines.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Totally there. Okay, next up, Katie's not here to fangirl as much with
Ah,
me.
you know I will. You know I love this man.
I
He
know.
is just, he makes me smile so big week after week.
Yes, Iman and Daniela had a paso doble to Another One Bites the Dust.
First of all, his mommy. I die for Amon's mommy. Like,
I would
I
too.
wish I want her to be my adopted mommy. She was so pure, and the fact that she loves the show and she's been watching it for years. And they were like, "You don't know what this dance is?" She's like, "Yes, I do," because she's been watching it every season. Like, oh, she was so cute, and his love for her, I die, I die. I wrote in my notes, his mommy! Exclamation! Exclamation! I die.
I just loved like it's always kind of interesting. It's almost like takes you aback whenever a big, bulky,
Mm-hmm.
big NBA player is like, I love my mommy so much. Like,
I know.
and that's just when you can tell that he was raised. And that's what he talked about too, whenever he spoke about how he grew up in a rough neighborhood and he had three brothers and they never got in any trouble because they had a great parents and respected their family. And like, I just think he is a all around an incredible man, an incredible dad, friend. Like he's becoming such a good dancer. I thought this dance, I was really nervous because passos are just very hard to do, especially to a Queen song.
Mhm.
It was very smooth though. I thought while it was untraditional, it was, and he did lose his frame a lot. He was really
Mhm.
tall and kind of like hunching over and putting his chest parallel to the ground. But sometimes I wonder if that's just the height thing and if he's trying to get closer to Daniela. And but when he breaks out, he's so natural and smooth, and it was just still so good, and I loved it.
Mhm. In my opinion, this dance was a little more chaotic than some of his other ones. Um, but he's just having so much fun and trying so hard, and he's so fun to watch. And like, that's what I like about the show. He came on the show. Did anyone think he would make it this far after the first episode? I didn't. I was like, okay, I mean, that's exciting and cool. This, athletes coming on, but he is freaking killing it. And the fact that he just clearly wants to be there and has so much fun with it, his energy is just, I don't know. I love it so much. But I'll let you get into the scores before I make my next comment.
Yeah, so scores, another interesting round of scores. Kieran gives him a 9, Lynn gives him a 7, Derek gives him an 8, and Bruno gives him an 8 for a total score of 32.
Yeah, the scores were absolutely everywhere. Lynn was on one, a 7, a 7. At this point in the season, that is disrespect.
It is. It's like here's just me telling you I don't like it. And that here's the problem with Lynn. If he doesn't like something, and I knew he was going to hate it because it was very untraditional. It was not the dark, sultry passos that we're used to with like the black outfits and the big red skirts. Like it was a little bit more lively and fun, but also you give them a song like Another One Bites the Dust that has a happy, like upbeat bass line. So, I mean, what do you want them to do? And
Yeah.
but I knew he was going to hate it, but that doesn't mean I feel like a 8 was very fair for that. And a 7 was just kind of like I'm just showing you I didn't like it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, totally. And like I said, I do think it was a little bit of a chaotic dance. Was not his best. Did not deserve the scores he got last week, which he definitely deserved those tens
Yeah.
last week. But I really still wasn't even worried because he's so likable that I knew he would get votes from the voters, and as he did.
Yep.
So
Oh, and he's also throwing in a lot more acrobatic skills. He's like jumping now and
yeah, he
splitting.
is. He
And
is.
he's a huge man. His feet are massive.
Do we have
His
an
legs are
exact?
so long.
Do we have an exact height on this man? Let
Oh
me
my
look it
God.
up.
See, I looked it up
How
last
tall?
week and now I can't remember. I know he's 7 feet tall. I
How
know he is.
tall is Iman? Oh, he's 6'5". I mean, that's tall, but that man looks like he's 8'9".
He literally looks like
What is
he
Daniela like? Like 2'4"?
Daniela's got to be like barely 5 feet, if that's the case.
Her whole body could fit in one of his pant legs. I'm not kidding. Like
So true.
she is, but I mean, it makes it harder for them in a lot of ways, but also I love the way he can just like throw her around and like you
Me
said,
too.
do these acrobatic type things. I know you were mentioning him doing leaps and stuff tonight, but I mean, you know how I feel, how we all felt about when they did the Jafar dance and the way he threw her around
Yeah.
and picked her up. I mean, it's cool. Danielle, she's a really, really good choreographer. The way she was able to bring Nelly out of his shell and just kill it last year, the way she's doing this with him, I have a lot of respect for her and her talent. And
Yes.
she's really, really good at seeing the talent in others. And the judges made the point, that wasn't his comfort zone at all. Like that was a hard style for him. You can tell when he does little things that he's comfortable with. He has so much more fun and he's really, really good and sharp, even with the loosey goosey fun stuff because he knows he's comfortable there. And then when you get him into the stuff that's so not natural, plus the height difference, like of course, when that's not your comfort zone, you're going to see it. But all in all, he's doing a great job. Lynn's score was bogus and he's still my favorite. He's one of my favorites. Don't get me started on this next guy, but
I know. I was about to say, are you sure he's your favorite? Because I know
don't.
who.
I'm not ready.
It's a
If you're
it's a
ready, I'll be ready. But I
it's a
mean,
very close, very, very close first and
uh,
second for me. But okay. We love you, Iman. Moving on, Jimmy and Emma. They did a Viennese waltz to Somebody to Love, which I love. I love, love, love that song. Jimmy is the busiest man in America right now. I'm not quite sure
truly,
how
truly.
he's I don't know who his manager is, but like they have overbooked him.
Yeah. I mean, call him Edward Cullen. He's not sleeping. He is not sleeping.
There's no way.
No, my notes say he is touring right now. Question exclamation how? Because he also, let's not forget when his wife was 2 centimeters pregnant or whatever he said. He
Yeah.
left. He went back to see his baby being born, or as Tyra would say, watch that baby come out. And then he flew back and did it. He has not missed a beat. And the fact that Emma travels with him and they have the sweetest, most pure relationship and friendship and dynamic as a duo here. And they're
Yeah.
just traveling around like true family on tour together. I mean, I genuinely don't understand. Like, I do not understand how he's juggling all that he's juggling right now. Also, where is he headlining? Because I need to get tickets.
Okay, also, yeah, and shout out to my mom who listens every week. My mom told me on Friday, she was like, I've been listening to Jimmy Allen and I love his music. So I've got to really get into the music. I'm gonna also download some songs of his on Spotify this week. That's my homework to
Yeah.
give him some views and then find out where he's going because it seems like he's definitely in the southeast. So because he was saying Nashville but he's headlining his own
Yeah.
shows,
So
which
it's
is just
clearly
like
doing well.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, where are you? Where are you touring next? Because I want to go.
Gosh, he's
Okay.
so precious.
He's literally the best, and Emma is the best. I like you said, their friendship is just oh my god. She always finds a way to just be so tight with her partners, and I love it. So
See, but I have to point this out because they have amazing chemistry. They have a great relationship. They do so well together. They're even touring together. This had all the makings of looking like a scandal if they were different people. Like
yeah,
to Olivia and Val's point, I mean, there is a difference because Jimmy and Emma have it, whatever the it factor is, but no one has thought twice about them having anything that's inappropriate going on, So there's just some tension, I think, with Olivia and Val. Not that I think that they're acting on anything, but it's just different. It is different. And even if they're in the innocent, even if they're in the clear, so to say, we have to acknowledge the space that we're in. That is different. Jimmy and Emma, though, the purest of pure.
it just works so well. It's
Mhm.
like so
Mhm.
platonic, but like such a good friendship. They really just like fit in each other's lives so well. And Emma and Sasha are obviously like so secure in their marriage. So it's just like
Mhm.
and Jimmy so is too, because he's just the best dad. He's so committed to everyone in his life. He's so committed to tour.
He
He's
ran over and kissed his wife
Oh,
tonight.
I know, and gave her the flowers. I just love that little touch. And such a good song. Oh, it was just
So
such a
good.
good song. That was the moment where I was finally like, okay, this is good. Like Queen Night is good. This is a good Queen Night dance. He got a good song for a Viennese waltz.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Wait.
what'd
I'm
you write?
sorry. I Googled. I, this cannot be.
What?
Because I Googled Jimmy Allen tour. I must be looking this wrong. This doesn't make any sense. I was like, oh, he's coming to Tupelo on November 26th. And then below it, it says Nelly, Little Bit of Music series.
Wait. At the
What?
same time?
That's what we'll circle back because there's no way that Jimmy Allen is doing something with Nelly
Well,
because
Nelly does the Florida Georgia line. Nelly is doing kind of a little bit of a country scene right now.
oh my gosh, I literally think they're touring together.
Shut up.
Is it sponsored by ABC? I
It's fun.
mean,
Please sponsor this podcast. Nelly and Jimmy, please. If they
no,
knew
but is
about
their
this,
tour sponsored by? Do they sell Dancing with the Stars merch? Is there a disco ball over each stage? I mean, what? They're two champions of the
interesting.
last 2 seasons. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a
Very
sidebar. This is
interesting.
something that I will be looking into later, though.
Yeah, same. Because I'll be home that weekend. November 26th,
Oh my gosh,
I will
yes,
be home.
yes, that's Thanksgiving weekend. Okay,
Yeah.
circling back.
Circling back.
Katie, when you listen to this, put this on your calendar as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, his Viennese waltz. What I love about him is that he sings. Usually this gets on my nerves, but I think it's because Jimmy is a performer and he has musicality that is really like flowing into his dance moves. He sings along to every song every week, and I just love that. I wrote down that he was so hot tonight, that his lines were so good. His cutie wife was there, and he just has it. Like you said earlier, they have the it factor. Jimmy and Emma have it, and I decided tonight that I want Jimmy to win this show.
He could. He does have it. And I am obsessed with him singing the words. I just giggle like a little schoolgirl when he does that because it's so precious. The fact that he's clearly rehearsing so intensely to know every word to every song. Like he's been hearing it over and over and over. He's obviously associating his steps with the music.
Yep.
And I also wrote that I was obsessed with his suit and obsessed with him. Just the look, great scores. It was a beautiful dance. I thought they did such a good job. And knowing all that he's doing on top of the show makes me just have even that much more respect for his amazing skill and performance quality.
Yep. His scores were a 9 from Carrion, a 9 from Lynn, a 10 from Derek, a 10 from Bruno. I thought certainly he was going to get all 10, so I was really upset again because last week I really thought last week he was going to get all 10s too.
Mhm.
And he just hasn't had his perfect 40 dance yet, and
Mhm.
it's coming. It's coming next week.
Wait, who gave him the nines tonight?
Carrion and Lynn.
And who gave him last week? Do we
Um
remember?
I I
Lynn, probably, and
I
someone else though.
Yeah, I think Lynn
I
and
don't know.
Bruno gave him the 9s last week. Lynn and
Okay,
Bruno. I don't have that. Like, I took those notes on my computer
but
and
it
I
was
only have my
two
notebook.
nines, 2 10s for 2 weeks in a row now, right?
It was, yes, it
I
was.
mean, that's still really high scoring, and he's still got a couple weeks to prove himself. Like I would be shocked if he's not in the championship, in the
Exactly.
finals. Yeah,
Same.
he's fabulous.
Same. Okay. Next up, we have The Miz and Whitney.
No, no,
They
no,
have
no, no. We got to pause because before we
wait.
go to the Miz, Tyra literally had the audacity as the host of Dancing with the Stars between these two. She made a comment to say, quote, and I quote, I don't know much about this ballroom dancing thing, but I'm learning
Oh,
every week. When she said that, I about fell off my sofa because she literally is hosting Dancing with the Stars. It's just like when she said that she had never seen Grease until 2 days before, but
okay.
worse because
She's
this is
also
Dancing with the Stars and she just admitted to knowing nothing about dancing.
She is also
Mm,
an executive producer of the show, which I know in contract
bless.
writing, you kind of just like write that stuff in, and
Mm.
like it doesn't really mean anything, but you're an executive producer of Dancing with the Stars. And that's what it shows us at the end of the show, right before it clicks to the good doctor. Like you're right. Like she doesn't have much, but she had the audacity to say that. And I just like, I really, even as soon as she said that, I was just like, bestie, girl. It's like she gets nervous and just says things. You know what I'm saying?
She lacks in social awareness. Like she does not read the room well at all. I think she forgets. I mean, she forgets how many people watch on TV. Sure, there's maybe not that many people there when she's talking, but like, girl, I mean, she
Millions
needs
of
to,
us.
she needs to
Millions of us.
start preparing a little more. Like, have some go tos. When you don't know what to say, don't say that.
Yeah, don't say anything at all, Tyra. How about that? How
All
about that?
right. Sorry, I had to throw that in because I quoted her in my notes because I was floored. Of all the
Yeah,
places, it's not the time or the place to admit that.
sure
Mm.
isn't. Okay, next up, we had The Miz and Whitney. They had a foxtrot to Radio Gaga. Okay, so George, The Miz's dad, made a cameo. I love that he had on a quarter zip with a gold chain in 1980 as well as tonight. Like, my friend Emily was over here and she just said, "Don't mess with perfection," as soon as George walked through the door because he looked the exact same as he did 20 years ago. Um,
I,
I love the
I don't
Miz.
know. I
I
think
love the Miz.
George and the Miz might need to sign up for BetterHelp and do some parenting therapy together because there was clearly some um, unresolved issues with the fact that he's judged him so intensely his whole life. He was like, he's a harsh critic. He's the judge, and George didn't know what he was talking about. And that boy showed up there acting like he was a damn pro himself. And I was
I
like,
know.
I'm sorry, sir. Just because you're wearing a gold chain doesn't mean anything here. Like, show us what your skills are. But I don't know. It was still funny, and I loved seeing that the Mrs. Dad. Like, I don't know.
Me
I was
too.
thinking he was going to be a little more spastic, but like he is. But it was cute. It was fun.
It was a sweet little cameo, and then we'll talk about him too after the dance. But what he said after the dance was really sweet. And okay, so I could tell this is what I love about the Miz. He works so damn hard every single
Hmm.
week, and you can tell that he's one of the he's it's almost like he's overdoing it because he's doing it so full out, you know?
Hmm.
And he was very stiff tonight, but he really did have such a good frame, and like his Tico hands were not as strong this week. He had such good hold when he was dancing with Whitney. He doesn't do anything half-ass. He does everything full out. And while I think that kind of bites him in the butt a little bit, it also is just really charming, and I think that's why I liked him and like him so much this year.
Oh yeah, he was very full ass tonight. He had I did think he had a really good frame. He definitely improved on the judge's notes with staying on beat. You know, in the past he's gotten really excited because he's such a spaz and he'll get half a step ahead just because he's so pumped. But he did
Yeah.
a really good job of staying on beat, staying on tempo, good frame. But the pursed lips and the stretched neck just killed
Oh,
me dead. Killed
I
me
know.
dead. But it
I
made me just
know.
be like, oh, because he really is trying so hard. They gave him that note and he just tried so hard to do what they told him. And the execution fell a little flat. But his effort, and again, we say it, we're like broken records. I say we, I mean, y'all say it every week, and I'm texting you in agreement. But he's not a dancer at all. And the fact that he's
No.
improved so much every week, the fact that he tries so hard every week, and the fact that he has so much fun with it and he just gives it his all. I love that about him. He is fun and his energy is always through the roof. And I think he seems like such a sweet guy.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and
I
he
know.
finally didn't get the short end of the stick from costume and makeuping because our makeup department, he actually looked like a handsome man. He wasn't painted in white or blue or whatever he's been painted in, looking like a straight deranged person from a kid's cartoon movie. But he looked good tonight.
He
It was
really
just that
did.
stiff neck that and pursed lips. He was like doing a
Oh,
duck face, like a Mary Kate and Ashley 2001 duck face.
I know. I know. It was so sweet. And I think Whitney has been a really good partner for him because she's a little bit, and she is like a little bit more reserved and quiet, but she also knows how to choreograph, and she always comes out with a good dance for him. And
Yeah, she's
he
so cute.
does, he kills it with his effort, like 10 out of 10 for effort. But his scores were all eights. He ate it up tonight
Mm-hmm.
out of 32.
Ate it up. Ate it up. Which I thought was fair.
Me too. I was kind of surprised I didn't give him a 7, but I was
I thought
glad they
after,
didn't.
yeah, I was like, okay, Lynn, you gave Amon a 7. I don't know. I didn't think Amon deserved the 7 either. I thought eights were fair and would have been fair for Amon too. But anyway.
Okay, so next up we had JoJo and Jenna. They had a tango to body language.
So I can tell Jenna is like super hype. We've all known that JoJo is JoJo and she's got all the energy and excitement to be partnered with Jenna, but I'm really seeing Jenna loving JoJo and being so grateful and excited that that's her partner and I can see them becoming good friends and it's really clear to me. Um Leading into the dance, I was grateful to finally see something that wasn't clearly catered to JoJo and her style. I know you talk about that. It's like in the past, she's gotten these dances and these songs. It's all just so on brand for her. And this was different. This gave me that I saw a little bit of a challenge for her through this.
I thought it was very sexy and very sharp, and I agreed with Derek when he said they looked like supermodels, like when they hit that strut walk, like they looked so I don't even know, just like sharp and confident when they were walking out. And I do find myself watching Jenna and JoJo. I don't just find myself like staring at one of them the whole time, which
Mhm.
usually I'll find a way to like hone in on the pro or the star if they're like my favorite star ever. But these two really do balance each other out. And it is because I think that they're both incredible dancers.
Yeah, it's because JoJo could be a pro, literally.
Yeah.
So,
And she is a
um,
pro. So it's like, what are we doing here?
yeah, and she deserves Amanda too, but I think when we talk about the scores too, we'll see Lynn does this, but I mean, she deserves to be held to a different standard. Her standard does not need to be the same as Amon or Jimmy or someone with zero experience because look at her background. I mean, of
Right.
course, she needs to be excellent. So,
And that's another thing. It's like I have felt like this whole time, and we'll talk about this more in a little bit, but I have felt like this whole time it was just a shoe-in for JoJo. And so I
yeah.
think that that's
Yeah.
why I kind of get frustrated when I watch her dancing. And but I will also say tonight her outfit was the best one. I loved that outfit on her. I
Mhm.
I can really tell that they're like toning down the at the beginning. It was a lot of the side ponytail and the bows, and they gave her all those little clips in her hair that were big and glittery, and now it's like they're toning down JoJo's makeup, they're making her look more like a woman, and I can really feel like she is a woman, but I feel like she's really stepping into her womanhood and her confidence and her femininity, and I did really like the dance, and I was really shocked that they didn't get a 40 in perfect tens, but then again, I could see where Lynn didn't really love the modern take. Like Jenna does a lot of modern dances.
I was grateful for a 9 because I thought we were going to be bored. What this would have been her third week in a row with a perfect score,
Yeah.
and that's what I expected. And I just didn't want to see for the last 5 weeks or however many weeks of the show, starting 2 weeks ago through the end, perfect score, perfect score, perfect score. That's boring and that's expected. And I was glad that Lynn judged her a little bit harder. Um, but yeah, I agree with you. She looked great. They did a really great job. The song was a hard song to dance to compared to
Yes,
the
yeah.
other Queen songs, I thought.
I'd agree.
And I like their friendship. They're taking the whole female with female partnership has gone a different direction than I thought. And it's not I just it's actually fun to watch because they really
Yep.
do look like best friends. Like they look like they're truly enjoying each other's company and enjoying the challenge. I just wish JoJo, I mean, she needs some like cough syrup or something because the girl screams nonstop. How does
I
her
know.
throat not constantly hurt? Like she does not have to scream so much. I wish she would tone that down. Like stop yelling at me.
I know. And I do love JoJo for her energy and I but like I kind of said earlier, I'm just really enjoying seeing her grow up a little bit and I feel like when you become famous for such a niche like type
hmm
of all out, this glitter, this be kind to everyone, like you put yourself in a box and what I'm grateful for right now, even though I don't love that she's been dancing her whole life and then is on a dance competition show meant for non-dancers glad to see the girl power and like just the I don't know this duo of really strong dancers dance together and I am with you on it will get boring whenever JoJo continues to get 10 after 10 after 10 but what I think we'll see is this happens to Jenna sometimes because she makes it to the finals a lot but Jenna gets kind of she's so creative that she kind of goes off the wall sometimes, and, like, she had Adam Rippon once for the athlete season, a few years ago,
hmm
and what happened to them was because he was so amazing and so talented that she would, like, overdo the choreography, and the judges were like, "What are you doing?" So I can also kind of see something like that happening to
Mm,
JoJo and Jenna in the
yeah.
future. But anyway, something to kinda keep our eyes out for.
Yeah. This might show my age, but I don't know a single JoJo Siwa song. Do you?
No, I don't know the songs, but I know her from Dance Moms.
I also get the weirdest vibes from her family. Like, did you see her TikTok with the audio that's like, I always feel like somebody's watching me, and it's her mom staring
Yeah.
down from the rafters. Like, I just see her mom being, and this again is coming from a place of knowing absolutely nothing about her family or her personal life, but I see her mom like creating fan accounts for herself and then commenting on JoJo's pictures, like acting like people. I don't know.
Totally.
She's that. I guess it's that dance mom
It's
energy, you know.
it's that helicopter parent energy
Oh
for sure.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, want to move on to the next?
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot to talk about with poor Suni. So we had Sasha and Suni tonight. They had a Paso Doble to We Will Rock You.
Shout out to Suni because I felt so bad for her when
Yes, me too.
when she was dancing. I had no idea that she was sick, and then Tyra again had to go and make a fool of herself and humiliate poor Suni on national. The weird comments about her, the detailed weird childlike comments about her vomiting. I was like, Tyra, stop. Poor thing is already probably the most insecure as far as what we've seen through her packages and everything. As far as the contestants go, now you're embarrassing her by letting the world know that she's running off stage to vomit. That was so unnecessary. But knowing that, I thought she did a great job. Not knowing that, my initial takes were, well, for starters, Sasha with the heavy eyeliner during their rehearsals
Yeah.
was a lot. Like, he's in full glam and Suni's just wearing no makeup and he's got eyeliner for days. But my first initial thoughts with her dancing, it's like she doesn't really finish her moves. Like she'll throw her arm out or her foot or whatever she's doing, and then it's almost like she kind of goes limp with it when she needs to stick it. You know, like for her gymnastics terms, I guess, stick it like sharp, be sharper, especially with the beginning of that dance was so like bam, bam, pow, pow, but she would just kind of half do it. And that always bothered me. Like the judges say every week, there's just so much more there, and she needs to tap into it and kind of get out of her head. But knowing that she was on the verge of puking, she did a great job in retrospect.
Yeah, seriously. So a dance to, even like what you said, I totally agree with that. I've always said that and always thought that Suni's bottom half is 10. Her top half,
Mhm.
it's lacking.
Mhm.
And then they fall somewhere in the middle when they give her a score. But that for a song that you have to be sharp and fierce, it's the paso. I loved her outfit. I loved the skirt flips. I thought it was serious and powerful is what I wrote. I said she is being so serious. I wrote that in my notes before I saw Sasha's Instagram post earlier being like, I'm so proud of you, Suni. You've been so sick lately and like you're out here killing it tonight. And you know what? Like I said on the podcast last week, Suni is the most, besides Jimmy, the most overworked person on this show. And I feel like she's just exhausted. And she has like a
Mhm.
freshman year stomach bug. And she's been traveling back and forth from Auburn, Alabama to Los Angeles, like to do school and compete and practice with her team. And like for Tyra to have, like, we did not have to know. And
No.
that's where, like, there have been times where other people have been sick on the show and they've just been like, due to other reasons, they're not going to be receiving their scores out here, but here's their scores. And like, she did not have to tell us that Suni's having stomach issues.
And she didn't even say it that I don't like. She was like, her tummy's upset and she's going to what she say? Something
Take
weird, like
care of her tummy. Take
yeah,
care of
like
her tummy.
get out. But yeah, I just think Suni is so adorable and she's just so innocent, and I just really surprises me with her gymnastics background that she wouldn't be sharper with a lot of her moves.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know, like, because I know that that calls for a lot of fluidity too, but also at the
mhm,
same time, like, that's why dance and gymnastics are so incredibly different. But at the same time, it's like she still has an advantage because she knows how to do counting and
mhm.
is flexible and athletic. So I don't know. Poor
But you could
thing.
tell she's so out of her comfort zone at the same time. So again, we love a challenge, and I wish her all the well wishes. What am I trying to say? I just hope that she feels better and next week comes out and just kills it.
Yeah, and I hope it's nothing serious either, like
Yeah.
her appendix or something, like,
Yeah.
she just looked so pale and oh, bless her. God bless her.
I
Anyway,
know.
so then we had Cody and Cheryl, and they did a foxtrot to Best Friend, which I love that song by Queen. That's
I
such a
do
sweet
too.
song.
Hmm.
So I loved Cody's package. And it's weird to say that I loved it, but I was really touched by Cody's package. And then it's always really powerful for me when Cheryl comes out and talks about that she was a former addict, because when Cheryl kind of took a sabbatical from this show, it was when she got sober. And so I always think it's really brave of Cheryl to come out and talk about that. And I don't know, I thought it was really nice of Cody to share his friend's story and to have
Mhm.
such a like happy and bubbly song, but also talk about some really hard stuff. I think it's important that they do that on this show.
Yeah, I didn't realize all that about Cheryl. That threw me. But now, wasn't AJ sober last year too? And they talked about that? Or did I
Yes,
make that up?
so no, yeah, you didn't
Okay.
make that up. So AJ and Cheryl also like they met through the show and they started they started some sort of foundation and now they have a podcast and like all this stuff
Oh,
together. Yeah, so it's like it's really really cool.
I had totally forgotten. But yeah, Cody sharing that story about his friend just melted me. That was really, really touching and impactful for sure. And then having a partner who really could understand and walk that walk there with them and saying there's nothing you could have done or said. That was very, and then you saw that emotion come out on the dance floor afterwards with the closing remarks before they got their scores and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was it was really sweet. They got really personal with some of these packages this week, bringing in parents, bringing in, you know, Cody. I feel like they tend to
Yeah.
pull a lot, for different things, but a lot of these packages have been like still really legitimate and deep. Like they're not reaching as far still. Does that
Right,
make
and what
sense?
they no, it does, and it's funny because what they used to do before you were a fan, they had a whole episode dedicated to my most memorable year, and it was usually like a two-parter because everyone kinda got to tell their story of, like, something that happened to them that was super impactful, and I really missed that night. My friend Ellen was texting me tonight and was just like, "I miss most memorable year. Like, what is Queen Night doing here?" And while I'm grateful for these like new, trendy, fun, like Britney night, Grease night, really well produced nights, I do miss the old, like cheesy, really emotional, really deep Dancing with the Stars nights. And so, what I feel like they've done is kind of sprinkled through the season something where everyone kind of tells their
I
story.
was just about to say, do you like that though? Because it doesn't overload into one episode, and every week you're touched by someone else's story. You know?
It's like such a it's the I do see the benefits of that, but also my most memorable year was just such an iconic night. And I would just sit there on the couch with my mom with Kleenex boxes and like we would just sit there and just be bawling our eyes out because it was just so good. And but it was also gut wrenching, like when someone went
Mm.
home after.
Sometimes you just need a good cry. I mean, tell me I'm not the only one who will like YouTube soldiers coming home just so I
Oh,
can cry into
not
my
at all.
phone.
Not at all. And like kids being able to hear for the first time, like just it messes me up. But I literally subject myself to it on purpose. So
Yeah.
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 But Cody's dance, I thought it was good. I saw he had some Tico the squirrel hands a little bit, but he opened up. He had good movement. I thought Cheryl's choreography was better. And I'm used to seeing Cody so bubbly. So the dance was good for that, but it was also nice to see him opening up and getting emotional. And I know this has been like kind of a much harder journey for him too on this show.
He is just better than her though. Like not as far as skill set, obviously. She has a lot of training and this is going to sound so hateful. And I think she's a great person, I'm sure, with a great story, but her contract does not need to be renewed. Her time has come and gone. I'm sorry. It has. You can see it. You can see her levels of energy compared to the other pros. You can see her choreography levels compared to the other pros, and it's just not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that because Cody is so just fun. And I want so much for him because he's such a likable human. And like you see on all the Peloton stuff, how fun he is and how much he has to give. And it's just not being matched with it's every week. It's frustrating because I feel like he's doing exactly what he's been coached and told to do. But
Mm-hmm.
then,
And it's
but
not
then when the
right.
judges, yes, but when the judges come with their scores, it's like he gets what he deserves, but it's not his fault because he did exactly what he was told to do in rehearsal. It's just not as good as what everyone else has. And yeah, I mean, she's great, but how many years has she been doing this?
Oh,
Like,
a long time. Of course,
yeah,
such a long
I,
time.
I just think yeah, but I don't think Cody will be the winner or anything, but I'm happy that he's made it this far, especially since he had the rough start with COVID and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that 2 years ago, no one knew his name, and now he's on Dancing with the Stars. Like, we just love to see it.
And
So,
he's taken the world by storm. I love whenever I'm not motivated, I hop on the bike for a Cody workout. Like,
uh, I
I'm
almost got a
just,
Peloton strictly for his classes.
they're great. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay, so his scores 2 8s, 2 9s, 34.
Honestly, was a little surprised with the nines.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I was really, I was like, dang, Derek and Bruno are being really generous, but I'm ready. I don't know. It's like, I think he's going to be here for a while. So I'm just ready
See, I
for
think
something breakout. I don't know.
I don't I think he is one of the next two to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next week is a double elimination. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
That's where I think he'll
Anyway,
be.
I'm so not
And
ready for
and I
that.
think he's a great person, but like I said, I really blame Cheryl on that one, honestly. And that's just what I think is going to happen based on what I've seen in my
Well,
professional opinion.
yes, in our professional opinion. Okay. Next up, one of my all-time faves this season, Melora and Artem had a foxtrot to Killer Queen.
You're going to hate me on this.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna
I
hate you.
love I love Melora so much. I really do. She's fun, she's talented, she seems so sweet, just everything. But I think she took whenever the judges gave her the notes that she was too animated and too over the top and theatrical, I think she took that to the too far of an extreme on the other end this week because Matt said it best, my husband. He said that she seemed dull. And I
Mhm.
agree. Like she was so good. She was polished and which I thought was another good word. Matt gave me a lot of descriptive words on this one. He watched this one with me. But she was very
Shout out to Matt. Shout out
yeah.
to the supportive husbands of Dancing with the Stars. Matt
Yeah.
should have been on the podcast.
Oh
What?
my gosh. That would
Come
be
on in, Matt.
hysterical. Oh, he's definitely asleep. Um, it would be like she is so good, but I thought her face was almost too serious. And like she was, you could tell in her mind, she was like, tone it down as far as her
Hmm.
facials. And then she had that little slip up at the end
Yep.
too. Not her best dance, in my opinion. Again, she's never bad, but this one didn't wow me. And I actually wanted her to smile more this time.
I'm with you. I think it was like she was trying to be the stoic killer queen or like
Mm-hmm.
fit the song type. I She clearly forgot the end of the dance.
Yeah.
Like it was honestly, and she got lucky that the judges, she was at an angle to the judges because she just kind of stood there at the end. And then I could tell she was talking to Artem at the end of the dance and was like, I forgot to kick. Like, I just forgot. She totally forgot a whole pass of the dance. And he was just like,
Uh-huh.
it's okay. It's okay. And I think Artem is one of the tougher pros to be partnered with. He is very serious. He does not
Mhm.
play games and like, I mean, she's coming back next week, of course, because she's just, I don't know, she's charming and she's sweet and she's like America's mom. I want to watch every single TV show that she's in, but I'm with you. Like, it was a boring dance. I was bored. And it was so well produced too, which was annoying because she went last. And usually when you go last, it means you have a really well produced dance because you
Mhm.
have a lot of props and things. But I don't know, like, it just wasn't there. And she'll hopefully come back swinging next week. But then I was shocked by her scores because she got all nines. And I was like, it wasn't that good.
No, and I was really surprised, like you said, that the judges didn't catch on because from our angle watching on TV, it was so clear at the end. It's almost like she said, oh, oops, what?
Yeah.
Well, there goes that at the end. Like she messed it up. And then
Yeah.
no one even said a word except Carrie when she was like, I think I saw something at the end, but don't tell me or whatever she said.
Yeah.
I was
Because
like,
if they don't
I
see it, like
was,
they're not
I,
going to critique it.
it was seemed like a pretty big mistake or slip up or forgetful moment, but whatever. She got away with it. So what were her scores
Yeah.
again? I'm sorry,
All
nines?
nines,
Yeah.
nines,
Yeah. Yeah.
36.
Good for her.
Yeah. Okay. So now we get to the relay of the night.
No, no,
So,
no. No, no, no. We get to the wrong package play of it all
yes.
before we see a single
Yes.
dance. That somehow is
Word.
probably Tyra's fault.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing. She was like, see, they played the wrong package. Like, okay, so what happens, or this relay, like, they've been kind of switching it up every year, kind of what they do as an additive and like things to really challenge the pros. So there were three styles of dance: jive, foxtrot, and Viennese waltz. And there are only 9 couples left. So it was like 3 versus 3 versus 3. And the first up, we were told by Tyra it was going to be the jive, and then they played the foxtrot relay package, and then Tyra was like, "We played the wrong package," so we went back and then played the jive package, and before we even saw any dances, we had seen 2 packages. It was a hot mess.
Chaos. Yep.
And I'm just like, this is when I get frustrated because this is a okay, I get it. The show's live, so it does add a difficult element. There are a lot of moving parts to the show, but one thing I've always loved about the show is how well it is produced because they literally are like doing everything under the sun. They are working so hard. I've been to a live show. Like I've seen it firsthand. It's absolutely insane what they do in between like all the changes and stuff.
That's cool. I
And
didn't know you've been.
yes, and what they can do in 2 minutes and 30 seconds is like it's crazy to me. So, anyway, I get it. Like crazy things can happen, but Tyra doesn't have to like push blame on other people. Like
I
you
don't
just
think
roll with the
Tyra.
punches.
I don't think she rehearses. I really don't. I think she shows up blind. Like she might rehearse that day, you know, when they do their run through, but I don't think she like prepares through the week.
No,
And so
it's
it's so
evident.
easy for her to mess up live. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But we don't have to go down
evident.
this rant again. It was crazy. I was with you. I'm like, this is way too high production. This is way too much money thrown into the show to be screwing up like that. This should be all to the
Yep.
second, you know, like to the second, you know what's coming up on the cue. But anyway, they bounced back from it and then they did the first
Yes.
relay.
So the first relay was the jive relay to Crazy Little Thing Called Love, and they had the Miz go first, Iman go second, and Cody go third. So really, it was so quick. I didn't have time to take a lot of notes on these. But what I did think, so it was the Miz, Iman, and Cody. I thought the Miz did good.
I did too.
I thought the Miz had the most content. I thought Iman was swaggy and had so much style. Of course, I thought his jive was amazing week 1 when it was super underscored. So I was glad to see him do it again. And then Cody, I will also say it was very good for being a technical dance and him having something that was polar opposite that his previous dance as well. So anyway, what
Cheryl
did you
messed him
think?
up again though. Cheryl couldn't get up off the floor when she tried to slide between his legs. And that one part she like got stuck. Did you notice that?
I know. I was saying I think it was her skin like on the hardwood floor. I
Yeah.
really do. Because her
Um,
dress was super short, but whatever.
I just love him on. Like he was so fun. This style is it fits him well. He's got that, like you said, swag. He gets super excited and has so much fun. He killed it. I thought the Miz did great too. He did seem to loosen up and have more fun with it. When the judges did their scoring, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Can I go
Oh
ahead and
yeah, go
say this?
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was honestly incredibly surprised by 2 points going to Cody and no points going to the Miz.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I feel like he had the most content out of both of them. And this is an Iman Stan podcast, but I thought the Miz had the most content, the most
Yeah.
jive content. And his neck was definitely looser. So I was like, he even made changes
That quick.
in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought each of them would have gotten one, honestly, and then a mom would have gotten the others, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And they all did a good job, in my opinion.
So Iman got 2 bonus points and Cody got 2 bonus points. Did you write down who gave the bonus points? I forgot to do that on this one, but if
Think,
not, it doesn't matter.
well, I was surprised because I know Lynn gave Cody one of the points, and I kind of was surprised by that. I thought he was
Yeah.
going to give it to the Miz for some reason, and then
I think Derek, I
Co-
guess Derek gave to Iman
was
because
it?
he said, yeah, he was like
Yeah,
the swag king
Amon.
himself or something.
Yeah, and then Bruno and Lynn gave to yeah, that's right. Cody.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I was really sad for the Miz not getting a bonus point, but anyway. So then we moved on to the Foxtrot relay, who were JoJo, OJ, and Jimmy. I thought this was a stacked competition against Jimmy, and Jimmy even notated it in the package. Like, I got to go against JoJo and
Yeah.
OJ. Like, what the heck? I mean, that was also a difficult relay, I think, to do.
Yes, agreed. He held his own, but I mean, no brainer. That was OJ and Val really blew me away with that. In that short period of time, they nailed it.
Yeah, it was like a fully produced second number. It felt like
oh my gosh,
it really, really stood out. I don't know, something about it was just really special, and I was like, damn, okay.
They did a really good job with that in that short period of time, blending like her frame and the technique was all so spot on, but they were so personable when they did that little thing where they turned and looked at the camera and did some little like fun jump kick, whatever they did, like just some little fun motion in the middle of it. I don't know. They were cute. They were fun. You could tell they were enjoying it and they just nailed it. I fully agreed with the judges all siding with them on that one.
Yeah. I don't even remember what JoJo did. And
She-
that's really not like me to even
No,
not have an idea.
I thought JoJo seemed, but I was like, oh, that wasn't very good. I mean, at her standard, I don't know. It felt weird. This, I don't mean this to sound not politically correct, but this particular dance was the first time this season where I watched them dance in a way that it was like, this would have been better if JoJo were dancing with a male partner.
Yeah.
The way they held themselves was awkward in it to me. I think it was a little bit with the height difference for some reason with this dance wasn't working very well in their favor. Um, they seemed a little just off.
And
It wasn't great.
yeah,
It wasn't
also
bad, but it wasn't
that
great.
yeah, the other part too is like having the beginning of the song is also awkward.
Hmm.
Like and pressure, it has that dun 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 like that almost like I don't know, it has a
Ice Ice
slow
Baby.
beat. Yeah, it has that slow beat coming in. So I can see where they kind of had a shorter end of the stick there. But Jimmy, I thought killed it with the hand motions, and I loved his little wrist flick at the end with I don't know.
Yes.
He's so
Yes.
cute.
Is it just me or did his arm get like a foot longer? When he like put his hand up in the air and I was like, I'm sorry, is he Gumby? Like his arm just went so far out and it was so
Totally.
funny and sassy. Also, um, is it just me? This is gonna make me sound so uncultured or whatever. Every time I hear the beginning of that song, I think we're about to listen to Ice Ice Baby by Vanilla Ice.
It's definitely
Like
got the same beat.
I'm at the beginning, I'm ready to go into doon 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 doon.
Yeah.
Ice Ice Baby.
So funny. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think
Okay.
it is our time period. But all 4 bonus points go to OJ. But Jimmy, also shout out to Jimmy. He looks so good in pink. He just
So
looks
good.
pink is his color.
He has had his styling's been fantastic this season.
Yeah, he's the best. Oh,
Mm.
I love him. Okay. Last relay, the Viennese Waltz relay. We had Amanda, Melora, and Suni dance to We Are the Champions. And I just thought they were all good and all fresh. I was like, how are they going to pick? I felt like they were all very even.
I was holding my breath for Suni when she was being spun around like that, especially when she was being spun on the floor. I was like, if she pukes and slides around and makes vomit angels on the floor here, I'm going to lose my mind. I just really thought it was coming, but she held it together, did a great job. And yeah, I thought it was interesting because the judges like really lost their minds, freaked out about this, and it was good. But I kind of thought the OJ, Jimmy, all that, I thought they were more impressive as a
Yeah.
whole. But yeah, it was good. They did a good job.
Yeah, they were all good. I mean, I like it whenever they can go back to back to back because then you can really kind of see who stands out and who doesn't. But this one was very evenly matched. And it obviously played in with their scoring. So Melora got 2 bonus points. She got bonus points from Bruno and from Lynn. Amanda got 1 bonus point from Derek, and Suni got Carrie-Ann's.
Mm-hmm.
So very fair. I feel like
Yeah.
everybody getting a point was nice. A nice
Yeah, I like
switch up.
that. I like the split votes there. Different judges seeing different things. And I
Yeah.
think Derek has a soft spot in his heart for Amanda.
I think he does too, because I think he's seeing it. He's seeing like, and he's been a little bit tougher on her in the past, but I think Derek definitely knows she's the most skilled dancer,
Mhm.
and Derek is just the best.
He is the
He gives
sweetest
such
man.
great criticism. So
I just love him. Like I think he is such a precious soul.
he really is. Okay, well, speaking of precious souls, let's talk about the saddest part of the night.
Wait, before we get to that, can we please talk about when Tyra, and this is not supposed to be a Tyra bashing show, and this is not her fault, but when she was just talking and the entire thing she said was unheard by the audience because her mic was not connected or something.
Yeah, and no telling what information we missed. I'm like, what did she say about next week? Besides that, it's Janet Jackson night. Like, what else did she say? Because I don't know. It was just literally a full 20 seconds of hearing nothing. And in the Facebook group from Lynn the 10 that Katie plugs every week, so it's my turn now. Someone said that wasn't production, that was God.
Dead. And like, don't you think someone was in her ear the whole time? Like, we can't we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Like, did she not realize she couldn't be heard? And she just kept bulldozing through it because I was laughing out loud at the oblivion and at the fact that maybe everyone knew and everyone chose to let her keep going.
No, I seriously think I can tell you because of the way that I think she talks about production when she says like they're telling me you have to be quiet. They're telling me you have to score. I think they were just like, nah, we're going to just let her talk. Like, screw this. I don't care.
This goes back to it too. Like, this is such a high quality production. Like, how does this stuff happen? How in 1 week do you completely play a wrong package and immediately thereafter lose the host mic for like 20 seconds?
I
It
know.
was
Wild. It is
yeah, but it made me
wild.
actually laugh out loud because she was just confidently telling us something, but we'll never know.
We will not ever know. Maybe one day, but
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. No way.
the saddest part of the night, elimination. We were just like breezing through all the couples. She's calling names, she's calling names, she's calling names. And then we get to 4 people left, and I'm like, hold on a second. We have JoJo, Amanda. We have um there was JoJo, Amanda, and then the
Miz.
Miz, and who else was left? It was like
Um,
also who else had,
Melora?
yeah, Melora, because they hadn't called anyone yet. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, who is this gonna be? So I'm going crazy in my head. I'm thinking, is Amanda finally gonna be in the bottom two? Because that's what I've been predicting this whole time.
I thought it was about to be Amanda and the Miz.
I thought so too. And so when they called Amanda safe and then JoJo and the Miz in the bottom two, I was like, wait a second.
I was so shocked. And my first thought is that something was called wrong. Like, I just thought there was no way that JoJo was meant to be there. And that was so rude that they kept saying that everyone was shocked that JoJo was there and they kept praising her. Like, I felt if I were the Miz, my feelings would have been so hurt because of the way they just basically made him look like, well, yeah, of course you're here, but JoJo, how did you get here? I mean, yeah, we were all thinking it, but still, it was rude and hurtful, in my opinion.
And that's kind of what Katie got on her soapbox about last week whenever they're like, I can't believe you're here talking about, Suni and the others. It's like, well, then what else do you expect of this show? Like we the people vote for a reason. Like, what do you mean you can't believe they're here? Maybe people don't want them there. And I will just say I was completely shocked. I thought JoJo had the most votes. I mean, I thought certainly she has the most votes, the most support. She has the highest scores. Like something's wrong here.
That's exactly what I thought. But then I started thinking, maybe we've gotten this all wrong all along because I thought that JoJo was going to have this army of followers because of her fan base. They're all on social media all the time. She's got such a loyal following. I thought they'd all be voting. But realistically, teenagers don't watch Dancing with the Stars. And middle-aged moms watch Dancing with the Stars. And Amanda's show gets that kind of viewership. And JoJo, so I guess I had it all wrong and she's not getting the votes because she's clearly getting the scores.
And
That
also
something literally went wrong and was announced wrong because that just really, I mean, it made for good television and maybe that's what they wanted though, so.
yeah. Also, I'm thinking like, what about they're 7 and 8 and 9 years old? Like her mega fan base is like Northwest age. Like they're not voting on Dancing with the Stars.
Really? How old is JoJo?
I mean, JoJo's like 22 now or something crazy like that.
And she's got 7-year-old fans.
But you know how that is? Like she does those like she's a kid. She's like, I'm trying to think who ours was. Like, I mean, we had more iconic ones like Britney Spears and things like that. But Lizzie McGuire, for example,
that's
like
what I was thinking.
Maybe
okay.
kind of more that demographic. Like maybe they're not watching and they can't vote on their cell phones or whatever. So I'm thinking you're kind of right. Like Amanda Klutz does have the demographic of the people who watch the show, and that kind of demographic doesn't always support like modern changes. So it's kind of with the Johnny Ware and Britt situation that we had last year.
Gosh, loved them.
Justice for Johnny and Britt. But yeah, so I don't know. Very shocking bottom two. I'm with you. Like, I know that they were being like, the Miz, we love you, man. You're so cool. Thanks for coming out and giving it your best shot. But like, you could tell he was like, I don't even want to stand here and do this. He literally looked at Whitney and was like, this is cool. Like, you kind of heard him. The mic picked him up. He was like, oh, cool. Like, I can't believe this is how it's going to go down. Like, no one's going to even vote for me at all. And you could tell that was so defeating. And I was so upset because I love him. And I just love him.
I do too, but I do kind of feel like it was his time. And I feel like he knew it was his time. I really did kind of think Cody was going to go home tonight. I don't know. I just think he's lacking in something. And, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I I wasn't I was sad because he's great. He tried so hard. My first thought was, gosh, I feel bad that he just said his dad judges him so hard and critiques him so hard. And his dad came tonight and he went home. His dad's probably going to give him hell about it
But
now.
his dad also said, "You're already a winner." Like
Oh,
whenever
well,
he went
that's
off, it was
okay.
very
Okay.
sweet. Whenever his dad was like, "You've already won in my eyes." Whenever Tyler gave old George, George and his gold chain, the chance to say hey. But
Yeah. And I mean, he has nothing to be embarrassed of. He did a great job. He made it really far. His wife freaking loves him, supports them. Whitney was a great partner. He did a great time. The show has to end somehow. People have to leave. And we're at that point where everyone's so good that
right,
every week it's not like an obvious answer and
yeah,
you never really know what you're going to get. I
right,
was not, I was not mad about him leaving. It's always sad to see someone you like who tries really hard and does a good job go, but I thought it made sense. I'm just still like processing JoJo being in the bottom two, though. I really am. I just was so thrown off by that.
yeah, me too. And
But it makes it more exciting because you and I both have been like, oh well,
she's a
obviously
shoo-in.
JoJo's winning. Yeah, like obviously JoJo's winning. Like, cool, we'll play along until then. But now it makes you think, like,
Now I'm like,
maybe someone else has a chance.
yeah, I'm like, Jimmy really could win this thing. Iman really could win this thing. Like the people, we can make it happen.
I kind of I just wonder. I can't help but wonder, in the words of Carrie Bradshaw. Like, do you think that there's this side of production? I mean, this is television. Okay. So I know it's supposed to
Yeah.
be reality TV and all our votes or everything. But do you think sometimes they like want to make for good TV? And so they throw someone in the bottom two who really maybe didn't have the lowest score, but not the highest either. And they put them there to like stir the pot and it's low key under the table. Like when Olivia Jade, for example, when they went into the bottom two, conveniently the same week as their scandal that was getting people talking and getting some publicity about them. And then like now with JoJo, where
Mm.
everyone's so surprised, but it's like, again, making interesting television. And I don't know. It's just because it's really interesting to me. Like with was it Kenya or Kendra? Why am I blanking right now?
Kenya Moore.
Kenya. She was in the bottom two multiple times before she went home. And now we're just like throwing them at the wall. Like it's like they just pick a name out of a pot for some of these bottom two. It's like, oh, guess we'll put her there. Cause like after Olivia went in the bottom two, Suni's been in the bottom two.
Yeah.
Was Melora in the bottom two?
She's not been in the bottom. Yeah, yeah, she has. She's been in the bottom once, I
So you
believe.
see what I mean? It's not like consistent. We're just like getting them at random. And you would
Yeah.
think that some of the same people get the same votes from certain voters every week. I don't know. It's just interesting.
But then it's
Something
like
to
being
think
in the
about.
and then it's like being in the bottom two makes people like scared and then they start voting for you. And then it's
Mhm.
like so then it's like, yeah, maybe it is kind of this point. And that's the other thing. They get paid to be there. They sign all these contracts, no telling what they sign. No and sometimes I think people go home prematurely when they have like a business deal coming up or like there's all kinds of
Mm,
conspiracies. So I'm interested to very, very interested to see how the rest of this pans out. But shocked, needless to
shocked.
say, shocked by JoJo being in the bottom.
So how many people are left? How many did we start with? I should know that.
So we start with 15
And we're at 7?
and now we're at 7. No, now we're at 9. Next week is a double elimination. So we will have 7, which then we will be just trucking right along because we bring 4 to
Wait,
the
we had 9
finals.
tonight and then someone went home, so we're at 8. And then
Oh,
we
now
have a
we're at
double
8.
elimination and go to 6.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So yeah. So we're getting there. We're like we're at the home stretch now. Cuz I think that there's only like 12 episodes each season and that was episode 7.
I don't want it to end.
Me
I
either.
am not super thrilled about next week's theme. I
Me
think
either.
we're reaching. I mean,
Yeah,
how many hits do we have to choose from here?
not that many. Not that many.
Janet
I
Jackson.
thought like
Yeah.
maybe do like the Jackson 5 or something or maybe do like the Jackson family. But also that's kind of messy and problematic. So I really don't know
Yeah, that's what
what
I was
we're
thinking.
going to get.
Wait, does she sing, "Oh my girls at the party, look at that body"? Is that her?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, whoever gets that lucky. I used to bop that on Now
It
8 over and over and over again in my mom's Suburban.
Hey, I'm calling it now. That's what JoJo and Jenna will dance to next week.
Ugh, probably.
Calling it now.
You know who would do so good at that? I bet Cody would do well with that dance.
Me too. Me too. I bet a jazz number. But Sarah, I'm so glad you came on tonight. I'm glad we got this done. And I'm so excited that you're here. And I want every single person that listens to us to also listen to your podcast. So tell us the name of your podcast again and where people can find you when you're not talking about Dancing with the Stars.
Well, Madeline, thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this time together. You can listen to my podcast, Wellbeing Well Said, on Apple, Spotify, all the main platforms. You can find me on Instagram at Sarah Malouf __. It's SarahMalouf __, because Sarah Malouf is taken, and that's a whole different subject matter. So that is where I'm most active. I would love to see some of y'all there, especially if you like to talk about mental health and food and just all the things.
Yeah, and now Dancing with the Stars.
And now Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, well,
Love
thank
it.
you. Thank you a million times, Sarah. I know Katie hates that she missed it. And maybe next time you can fill in for me. Maybe one time in the near future you can fill in for me and we can get comedian Katie and you bantering back and forth. But
Great. Keep me on your
I,
substitute list. I'm always here to fill in.
I will. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks. Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.